that funds appropriated in the yearly budget were expended on projects for which they are meant through its oversight of various ministries, departments, and agencies of government, quasi-judicial function. The House also mediates on issues that can cause disharmony among the states and stakeholders or the breach of peace in the state. In the year 2022, 10 of such that were received by the House have been resolved amicably. Staff matter and welfare, transfer stroke absorption of staff. It is necessary to place on record that the issue of permanent transfer of former staff of the Civil Service Commission and their absorption by the House of Assembly Service Commission, which has been lingering for more than 10 years, was accomplished by this Assembly. We appreciate cooperation of the two commissions and the head of justice, the head of service for this week. Training. Capacity development is one that is taken seriously by the next Assembly, and our staff can attest to the fact that they have been opportune to attend one training or the other, though it is necessary to state that the very little financial resources at Abeokuta for the exercise has greatly reduced the regularity of training for our personnel. All told, it is gladdening and commendable to mention that the House has been able to conduct its strategic business to date without rancor or disharmony among members. Similarly, the House has been able to maintain cordial and peaceful relationships with the executive and government, and this has no doubt reflected in the level of achievement recorded by the present administration in the last 3 years. Let me state here that for those who did not know, believing that there should be rancor between the executive and the legislature is the best for the state. No. The intendment of the drafters of the Constitution is for all the three arms of government to work together for the progress of the state and not to be cantankerous to one another. I wish to use this opportunity, therefore, to thank His Excellency Prince Abeokuta for granting approval for the list of funds for constituency projects this year. Very soon, after the tender board has completed the necessary processes with the State Bureau of Public Procurement, our consent will start witnessing the commencement of the project across the state. The collaboration of the fourth estate of the realm with the aforementioned arms of government cannot be pushed aside. To this end, I commend the media for their unwavering steadfast and resolute approach to issues which have greatly influenced a stable polity, as well as peaceful coexistence and mutual understanding among the people of Ogun State. It is my fervent prayer then that the cordial relationship is maintained. It's only by having this democratic stronghold that we can flourish as a political entity and create an enabling environment for improved dividends of democracy for all citizens. We are proud of your exemplary leadership qualities, which have made us all work towards and proud in our various consensus. To this end, we pledge to continue our cooperation and solidarity with other arms of government to ensure the realization of the yearning and aspiration of the citizenry. In conclusion, I commend the members of parliamentary staff, both at the House of Assembly and its Commission, for their allegiance, unalloyed support, and industry, which has greatly facilitated the wonderful achievements recorded by this House. It is on this note that I humbly invite His Excellency, Prince Abeokuta, MFR, to present to the people of Ogun State the 2023 Appropriation Bill and thereafter lay it on the table in accordance with Section 121, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic as altered. Mr. Governor, sir, you are humbly invited to present the 2023 Appropriation to the people of Ogun State. Thank you and God bless.
the Right Honorable Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, the Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Tokunbo Salabi, the Head of Service, Dr. Natiu Aigoro, my Deputy Chief of Staff, Dr. Toyin Taiwo, Your Excellencies and former governors that are here this morning, His Excellency Colonel Daniel Akintonde, retired, His Excellency Commodore Oladeyinde Joseph, retired, His Excellency Captain Rashid Raji, retired, Your Excellencies and former Deputy Governors that are here, Her Excellency Alaja Salmod Badaru, Her Excellency Mrs. Yetunde Onanuga. Permit me to recognize erstwhile speakers that are here present, namely Right Honorable Suraj Adekunbi. Also, I'd like to recognize our former members of the National Assembly, particularly distinguished Senator Obadara, members of the Ogun State Executive Council that are here. Permit me to use the Honorable Commissioner for Budget and Planning and the Honorable Commissioner of Finance as point of contact for all the members of the State Executive Council. All the honorable members of the Ogun State House of Assembly that are here, and former Chief of Staff, Elijah Shoaib Salisu, all former heads of services, all chairmen of statutory commissions, boards and parastatals, members of the body of permanent secretaries, general managers, chairmen of local governments, service chiefs, our Royal Highnesses. Permit me to recognize particularly His Royal Majesty, Dr. Babatunde Ajayi CFR, the Akaribu and paramount ruler of Remaland, who is also the chairman of the Ogun State Council of Obas. Permit me to recognize His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Adidotun Mugbadebo, the Alaki and paramount ruler of Egbaland, who is ably represented here today by His Royal Highness Oba Babajide Bakri, the Agura of Bagura. His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Sikiru Adetono CFR, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, is ably represented by His Royal Highness Oba Y.O. Adekoya OON, the Daburewe of Ijowa. His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Kehinde Olugbenle MFR, the Olu and paramount ruler of Yowaland, is today represented by His Royal Highness Oba Olanite Benjamin, the Onimeko, or the Mekong. I'd like to appreciate all heads of financial institutions that are here, members of the body of the Governor's Liaison Officers, members of the Governor's Advisory Council, led by the Chairman Chief Olu Okuboyejo, the Chairman of our great party, Chief Yemi Sanusi, our party chairman, and all our distinguished party leaders that are here. Permit me to recognize our foremost industrialist, Ashwaju S.K. Onafookon, Professors Anthony Ashwaju, Professor Emeritus, religious leaders that are here, community leaders that are here, members of various groups and associations, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to be here today to present the year 2023 budget proposals to this distinguished House. Let me note that this budget of the year 2023 is as important, if not more important, than the other years since the inception of our administration. This is because it is a transition budget. This budget will take us from the current phase into another phase of our building our future together agenda. This budget marks the last leg of our first term, and by the grace of God, the first leg of our second term, which will be made possible by the support and re-election of the good people of Ogun State. The journey so far. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this distinguished House, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 3.5 years, our journey towards building our future together has witnessed major progress in many areas of development, namely infrastructure, social welfare and well-being, education, youth empowerment and agriculture, and most importantly, good governance. Essentially, all these are in line with our social contract with the good people of Ogun State. Our infrastructure investments are people-oriented and transformational, with immense multiplier effects on the socio-economic development of the entire citizenry of the state. Our commitments in this area include over 80 major roads and others, federal roads inclusive, totaling 400 kilometers that have been constructed, reconstructed, or rehabilitated across the state. This administration, in 3 years and 6 months, has done more in terms of kilometers of roads than all previous administrations in the state. The road projects include, amongst others, Ilaro-Wode Road, Ijebu-Ode Mujeda Ekpe Road, Abeokuta Shagamu Interchange Road, Aton Lusada Agbara Road, Pansheke Adigbe Upapo Road, Ilishon Agowoye Road, and so on. The construction of an aerotropolis, which is an airport city, anchored by the Agro Cargo International Airport, is also ongoing. We have commenced the operationalization of our multimodal transport system, which integrates road, rail, water and air transport as a first step. The provision of intra-city Wi-Fi enabled air-conditioned mass transit buses as well. Work is ongoing on our Ogun digital infrastructure project, which seeks to provide internet connectivity across the state. This digital economic infrastructure is the backbone for an ICT revolution in our dear state. Furthermore, we have distributed transformers across various communities to boost electricity supply. This administration, through a multi-dimensional development agenda that encompasses health, housing, security, water supply, and women empowerment under the social welfare and well-being strategic pillar, has improved the status of the state in various spheres, such as the provision of qualitative healthcare service delivery through huge investments in renovation of over 100 primary healthcare centers, massive enrollment of community members for basic healthcare provision funds, tagged Ilera-Dero, and a fleet of over 50 new ambulances from the inherited 5 in 2019, provided to improve health operators' response time whenever such service is urgently required. The investment in the upgrade of facilities and equipment at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital to make it a world-class center of healthcare excellence, medical education, and research. The renovation and equipment of our state and general hospitals. The recruitment regular payment and promotion of medical officers, resident doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and other healthcare professionals in various cadres. This administration is pursuing an ambitious housing scheme meant to deliver 2,500 housing units in phases. Already, about 1,500 units have been constructed and sold out in our housing estates that cut across the 3 senatorial districts in the state. This is more than the total housing units built by previous administrations since the creation of this state in 1976. We have since commissioned King's Court Housing Estate, Prince Court Estate, and Copperfield Housing Estate in the Central Senatorial District. Other locations where housing estates are cited include Ilaro, Ijebu-Ode, Shagamu, and Ota, to mention a few. The patronage has been a major motivating factor that's propelled us to build more. Other investments in furtherance of our social contracts include the establishment of the Ogun State Security Trust Fund and the provision of patrol vehicles and gadgets to all the law enforcement agencies and the Amotekun security outfit. The foregoing complements the existing security architecture and has earned us the status of one of the safest, if not the safest cities in Nigeria, where you can live, work, and play. Other notable investments in our social well-being strategic pillar include, amongst others, the construction of new fire service stations and various government empowerment programs for our women across the state, especially the Okowo Dako. It is also worthy to mention that we've disbursed over 1 billion in grants to boost the operations of micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises under the Nigeria for Women project. Without a doubt, Ogun State maintains an enviable status as the education capital of Nigeria. We keep consolidating on this legacy with unwavering investment on this sector. Some of these are the renovation and construction of no fewer than 1,000 classroom blocks and other facilities in public schools, including the special needs schools across the state. The provision of over 25,000 tables and chairs for distribution to public primary and secondary schools. The introduction of the Ogun Teach Intervention Program aimed at employing 5,000 interns to fill the teacher vacancies in primary, secondary, and technical colleges. Increment of the running costs to all public primary and secondary schools by over 120%. The clearing of backlog of promotions of 2016, 2017, and also the promotion of teachers due in the years 2019 and 2020. The positioning and introduction of the Central Education Management Information System for data gathering, analysis, and presentation. The introduction of the Learner Identification Number, LIN, to all learners in our schools, of which we are the first to introduce such in Nigeria. The distribution of wheelchairs and white canes to students living with disabilities. Regular payment of salaries and allowances to teaching and non-teaching staff. Prompt and regular payment of subventions to state-owned social institutions. Appointment of over 108 new principals across the state to manage our own state-owned secondary schools. All these and others have earned us various awards, such as the Best Education-Friendly Governor by the Southwest Wing of the All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, ANCOPS, the Best Governor in the Education Sector by the PTA, and only last month, the federal government awarded one of our public schools and one of our teachers the best throughout the Federation. Our administration has been an ambassador of inclusiveness. The youth in the state continue to enjoy the support and unhindered participation in the governance of our dear state. Our youth are given opportunities to flourish for the continued development of our state and are encouraged to be part of this administration. Other feats to achieve with respect to youth empowerment and employment opportunities These include the for youth empowerment, training and distributing over 54,000 books to 54 beneficiaries.